friggin' dope. It's the Dean's List. Let's get fricked. Oh yeah, Dean Project, friggin' dope. Dean's List, beefy points. Yeah, it's really hot, okay? It's really hot out here. I'm sweating. Everything is not going my way right now. Everything is falling off my face. Everything is just in complete disarray. But I'm going to still get this Dean's List done. No matter how hot it is. No matter how thick of a shirt I decided to wear. I'm not going to change. That's fine. My hat is going to soak through by the time this thing is done. And that is okay with me. Hello, Internet people. My name is Dan Frampton. Over here we got Munchie, the straight edge Nutcracker. And together we are the Dean's... I was just about to call us the Dean's List. I told you, man, I'm not having the best day ever. We're the Dean Project, okay? We're the friggin' Dean Project, and we're here to give out, we're here to dish out, we're here to serve up some beefy friggin' points. So who were the creators last week that were the best on YouTube? I'm the authority on that matter, and you came to the right place if you want to know that kind of shit. So first, we're going to start off with number 10. We're going to be talking about Aubrey, all right? Aubrey did this video about the 8 passengers that are this like really toxic kind of family vlog channel, and they exist and they're really like bad and scary and shitty. There's the one thing that this lady did to her kid, right? She made her 5-year-old kid have to make her lunch before fucking going to like grade 1 or even fucking preschool, kindergarten or whatever. And the kid forgot to make the lunch, this 5-year-old, and the teacher rings up the fucking mom and is like, hey, yo, do you know your kid forgot to bring a lunch? And the mom was like, yeah, tough shit. Let her starve, fucking kid. Of course, I'm ad-libbing a little bit there, but it was that was the basic sentiment. All right, okay, we're going to be moving on to number 9. We're going to be talking about Leafy. Okay, Leafy had a whole like shit ton of videos last week. Some of them were okay, some of them weren't okay, but this particular one I'm gonna give him 2 points for, like 2 little measly porky points for this Jenna Marbles commentary that he had. It was decent, okay? And he had a Gabby Hanna video that I did a video about earlier on in the week. I wasn't too hot on it. And I'm like hot and cold on Leafy's content. A lot of the time I find him funny, and then sometimes I'm just like, all right, it was just whatever, just a Leafy video. Moving on. Okay, this next creator is pretty new to the Dean's List radar. Her name is Tizzfizz, and she's from Australia, and she does little sketch comedy things centered around the YouTube culture. And I think it's really sick what she does. So, I had no other choice but to come out here and be like, yo, Tizzfizz, you did real good. You did real good. This video was fucking hilarious. This video was really well made. You got to see lots of kangaroos in it. You're probably going to get a little bit more points as the year moves on. I love this stuff. Big fan. If you haven't seen Tizzfizz yet, you got to go check her out. She makes fun of YouTubers in a way where she acts them out and stuff. It's really funny. All right, it's summertime, which means it's time for some melon. It's time to be talking about everybody's favorite melon, the internet's busiest music melon. We're talking about Anthony Fantano right now here in the program. And his video here, right here that I'm showing you at this very moment was the Not Good based on G-Eazy's new release. And I love it when Fantano puts on the red flannel, jumps in front of the screen, and does a Not Good on a record. It's very fun to watch him be super critical, because he doesn't really come out burning the artist or whatever. He's just like ripping it apart from a very critical standpoint. And it's very entertaining from an audience perspective anyway. I don't know how great of an experience it would be to be the G-Eazy in this situation, but I loved watching this video, Fantano, and for that, I gave you 4 little boy porky points. Why aren't you loading? You're fucking pissing me off. Why don't you load Drew Gooden? Drew Gooden, you're stuck. Drew Gooden, you're stuck. Drew. Okay, Drew Gooden is stuck. I'm just going to stick it here. Whatever. Fuck it. If your video's not going to load, Drew Gooden, that's not my problem. Oh, look, here we go. Amazing. Coming in at number 6, picking up 5, middle of the road, sorta kinda beefy points. We got Drew Gooden. I guess when you go back in the timeline on this, yeah, my internet is not so hot back here, which is why I haven't been streaming. Anyway, Drew Gooden, great job. You did a video about the gaming consoles, about having a preference between Xbox and PlayStation, and going back and forth through the years. Some years this is better, some years that are better. Some years you're really defensive about one thing, and then, you know, you find yourself doing another thing years later. And that's okay, and I loved your telling of your story here about playing video games through your whole life. We're halfway through the list, there's been one debut already, Tizzfizz. Welcome to the Dean's List, that probably means you're gonna be on the end of the year list for best creators. That's why debuts on the Dean's List kinda mean something, yeah. There's many creators that I watch that never make the Dean's List, but they still make good videos and I love them, but at the end of the year they're not gonna be on the top 100, but it looks like with Tizzfizz picking up them points, yeah, she's gonna be fine. And you know, we have another debut here on the Dean's List, but before we get on to the debut and before we get on to the rest of the program, I have a huge shout out right now to give to one of the DEANOMANIACs, one of the fucking dopest dudes, one of the most friggin' awesome guys that watches this content. His name is Ramzan, okay? I don't play Pokemon, okay? But you can find him on Twitter at the GengarGuy444, but you can also find him here on YouTube as the GengarGuy, all one word. And I mostly know him as like these fucking Pokemon Let's Plays or whatever, but this time I gotta shout him out because he did a commentary video and I loved it. So Ramzan, welcome to the Dean's List. Although you're not picking up any beefy points right now, but I did promise to give you an honorary critique, an honorary review here on the program. Overall, I love this video from front to back. I watched the whole thing. I thought it was entertaining. I thought it was great. I thought your points were not only like well made, but they were correct, and you were also funny, and your editing choices were really spot on. I really love to see it. Keep all that shit going, man. Really funny stuff. One note, only one minor note, and I think you know the note that's coming your way right now. Move the microphone. You're on YouTube, bruh. We gots to see the face. The face is the moneymaker. And I get it. If you're like a Leafy guy and you have like a weird chin and you want to just like cover the bottom of it, then like fucking grow a mustache or a goatee or something. You're fucking boss as hell. Love your content. Love your voice. Love your vibe. You're so chill. Move your microphone, bro. And if you have a reason for keeping it there, come up with a way around it. Oh, okay. Here we go. We're into beefy point territory, and we got a debut. I've been telling you guys since the beginning of the Dean's List that there's this channel out there that talks about companies and talks about business that I love that has never made the Dean's List, and we're talking about Company Man. And you know, he normally goes all over the place. He'll talk about any kind of business, any kind of franchise. And this week, he talked about Supreme. And he really taught me a lot about the whole history of it. And I'm one of the people that know about Supreme. Apparently, there's like 50% of the world that have no idea about Supreme. And the 50% of the world that do know about it, half of them fucking hate Supreme. But the other half love it like crazy. That it keeps this brand at the very, very height of like culture prominence, and it keeps it like costing so much friggin' money, and the collabs are stupid and the fucking product drops are ridiculous. I'm not a fan of that, but I had to give Company Man right now 6 beefy points. Welcome to the Dean's List. You're probably going to be one of the creators of the year now, and that's friggin' dope. Go watch the Company Man. Okay, people, I'm not going to waste your time. Coming in at number 4, picking up 7 points, is Charlie. I know you guys are so sick of me talking about him, so I'm not going to talk about him. But he had a really fucking solid week again last week. If you don't watch him, go watch him. Moving the fuck on. Next, we're going to be talking about Grade A Under A. Welcome back, Grade. I know you've just been re-demonetized or demonetized just like everybody else on the fucking platform in the commentary community. But hopefully, Keemstar and H3 were able to get you re-monetized. And if that happened, well, that's fucking dope. And if that didn't happen, well, that's friggin' sucky as shit, man. Why aren't you getting your friggin' money? You make some of the best videos on the goddamn internet. And you made one about being demonetized, but the one we're watching right now is the one about dreams, and particularly wet dreams. And I'm not going to spoil it. I think that people should just go watch it because it is that funny and that good of a video. And I'm glad that you're going back to this style of just like funny stuff about the world and about your just observations about shit. That's where GradeAUnderA really fucking thrives. Thrives enough to be picking up 8 beefy friggin' points. All right, next on the Dean's list is a fellow Canadian creator, and this is the time that she is picking up the beefiest amount of points. Now, I hope that she's not like vegetarian or vegan or anything like that, because then I know she couldn't handle all this fucking beef. This is like 3 truckloads of beefy points coming at you. This is insane. This is, and you know, we're talking about Amanda the Jedi. Good job for your video about young adult novels and about how like they have a really bad rap. That was a really well like articulated, researched, impassioned video. This thing was amazing, okay? Now I needed to see that perspective because like I've never read a young adult novel before in my life. I've been a young adult, of course, but I've never read those novels. And then as an older adult, of course, I'm not going to be reading young adult novels, but my brain is naturally going to be making these like stigmas, you know? Because I'm so sorry, and you're going to really hate me for saying this, but I am not a Harry Potter guy. I never got into that whole thing. So I need your perspective on this kind of stuff, because otherwise I'm approaching life in a very cynical manner as it pertains to this world. So with this perspective, I'm able to see the other side in a way that doesn't make me sound like a complete jerk. So that's fucking dope. Thank you, Amanda the Jedi, for that. You came in 2nd place this week, which means you picked up 9 beefy friggin' points, and that really launched you into the top 10. I believe you're 7th now in the whole year out of everybody on YouTube that I watch. That's friggin' dope. What more can I say? Alright dudes, this next one is not a debut, but he's not been picking up a whole lot of beefy points this year because of his sparse upload schedule, and that's cool, man. But over the last couple years, I've been watching this guy, and I haven't took the plunge to subscribe until I started making the Dean's list because I wanted to keep up with this guy's content so I could rate it, you know, fairly against everybody else's. But I was on the fence, as the expression goes. I couldn't go back. I couldn't go forth. I was all over the place. I was like, what in the name of God do I feel about Eric from Internet Comment Etiquette? And I think most people were introduced to this guy on the H3 podcast, but I know he had like an audience before that. So I got into his content because I thought like, wow, that's a really funny concept that you got there. You go on, you make really funny comments. But at first, I thought, yeah, it was really funny. A little bit too belligerent, maybe not that well structured, maybe overcompensating with like costumes and shit. And I was like, I can't really love this so much. But now, Eric, Internet Comment Etiquette, fucking beefy channel now, bro. This shit's amazing. Fucking sending old naked men to people, because, well, not naked, but just like shirtless old men in Facebook like communities. And this video in particular about fireworks, oh, so funny. The way you incorporated the doggy, the way you incorporated the props. I'm not going to mention what they were because if people want to know what they were, I'm hyping this shit up. This thing got 10 beefy points, and you should go find out why it got 10 beefy points by going to Eric's channel. Alright, that's all. Okay, that's it. That's the end of the Dean's list. That's where we sit. That's how it ended. I hope you enjoyed your stay. Hope you enjoyed watching this video. I loved having you around. I really welcome you to come back. And if you want to know how to get a shout out of your own like Ramsden did, well, I'll tell you right now. All you gotta do is go to my Twitter, which is Dean Project Rock. You find any of the MS paintings I've put on there. I don't care which one. It is ideal if you choose the most recent one, of course. But if you go back and you find an old MS painting that you want to retweet, you retweet that shit. I'm going to shout you out verbally in a video just like this one, right? And if you happen to be a creator, in any way, if you're an artist, if you're a video maker, if you're a musician, I will shout the shit out of all your projects, and I can't promise that it's going to generate any new audience for you, because my audience is a little kind of little baby audience, but if you retweet that cartoon, at least you can be on the Dean's list for yourself. Dean Project friggin' dope. Dean Project press the like. Dean Project then subscribe. Patreon. Patreon, yeah. Dean Project press the like a Dean Project. Then subscribe. Dean Project press the like. And then just go to the Patreon or whatever.